Alright, what's going on, guys? It's GCP here playing some Headquarters on Kandor Hideout. Now, personally, you guys already know that I'm not much of an objective player, but I wanted to play on the new map Kandor Hideout, and of course there's a 24/7 playlist for it. So whatever game mode they give you, you just have to roll with it, and basically, I did really well. I was using the Ram 7 and I was dominating in this lobby. Actually, my whole team was dominating, but I managed to get the most kills. So that was kind of cool. To be able to get 50 kills in Modern Warfare is literally not an easy feat. I mean, you know what I mean? Like, it plays really slow, but you kind of have to roll with it. So that's exactly what I did. Of course, I'm not rushing like crazy, but I am playing the objective a little bit. And I am also keeping my pace here because that's what you have to do. Because if you rush like crazy in this game, you will get killed. A lot of people will just hear your footsteps and definitely take advantage of that. So anyways, with that being said, hopefully you guys enjoy the gameplay in the background. We have some good news here. Modern Warfare 2 Remastered is coming. We're going to be expecting that coming sometime soon. Sooner than later, I can imagine. But one thing that I don't realize is that it is only going to have campaign.
What?
Like, what? Exactly. How can you have Modern Warfare 2 Remastered with campaign only? I mean, who's gonna want to buy that? Not me. I want to play Modern Warfare 2 multiplayer. Can you guys remember, for those of you guys who have played Modern Warfare 2, the multiplayer and how fun that multiplayer was? Now, granted, it was chaotic. It was one of the most toxic multiplayers that I have ever played. It was the most chaotic multiplayer. You know, noob tubes all over the place, crazy snipers. It was insane. But at the same time, it was so fun. Everything was overpowered in there. The kill streaks were amazing. And who could forget the iconic tactical nuke that was called in when you got that 25 kill streak? And the cool part about it was that you could stack your kill streaks. So you could have the Harrier, the Chopper Gunner, the AC-130 all build towards that streak, and you could still get that tactical nuke. You didn't have to worry about them being straight gun kills like you have it nowadays in Call of Duty. You could just build on those streaks and it would work towards that nuke, and it was just so amazing. Yes, the camping was horrible in that game. Yes, that map, or that game I should say, was insane with the way it played. There were a lot of campers, there were a lot of people who were playing very suspiciously, and it made you rage at times. But at the same time, the way the medals popped up, the challenges, the kill streaks, everything in that game just made you feel good when you got those streaks and you did really well. And especially when you got those high kill streaks, including the nuke, it just made everything seem so addicting. That's what was so fascinating about Modern Warfare 2. I don't know what else to say about it. I mean, I'm sure a lot of you guys can explain what made that game so addicting for some, but there was just something so magical about it that I can't really explain it. I really can't. I mean, honestly, it was just a fantastic game, regardless of all the crazy toxic stuff. The players were toxic in that game. It was insane. Like, there was a lot of stuff that needed to be balanced, for sure. I'm not saying that that game was perfect by any means. It was far from perfect, but it was a super fun experience, and I just can't explain how addicting that game was. But for those of you guys who have played it, let me know in the comment section what made that game so fun for you guys, if you guys did enjoy it. I mean, honestly, it was one of the best Call of Duty games that was ever made. It was definitely in the top 5 for sure of Call of Duty games. When you have that discussion, Modern Warfare 2 is definitely in the top 5, if not the top 3 for some people. Modern Warfare 2, whenever you mention that in the discussion of top tier Call of Duty games, a lot of people hold it in high regard. You know, obviously my first is Black Ops 1 in the series, but Modern Warfare 2 is definitely up there for me as well. Honestly, I didn't get a lot of nukes. I know there were a lot of people who went nuke hunting, and it was just kind of an addiction. A lot of people were just going to lobby or lobby surfing just to get those nukes. There was just something so satisfying about getting that nuke, calling it in, that made people want to go on the hunt for those nukes every single match that they got into. It was just, like I said before, it was an addiction for some people. And honestly, I get it. I really do. Like, it was insane. I mean, it just put the fear of God in you whenever that tactical nuke came in. When you heard the tactical, I mean, basically you knew when somebody got the Harrier, somebody got the chopper gunner or the AC-130, you knew the nuke was coming in unless you found their body. You know, I remember a lot of times when the enemy team would have those streaks up, I would be like, you know what, we need to find this dude right now. We need to kill him before he gets this nuke, because it was almost always, not always, but almost always guaranteed, depending on the map, of course, and whether or not you found the body, that they would get that nuke. And that nuke was, again, like I said before so many times in this commentary already, I'm sure I'm just sounding like a broken record, but it was just something that was so addicting that people wanted and strived to get every single time they played, especially domination. And that was the best game mode to go into to be able to get that nuke, because of course there are people out there who do play the objective, but a lot of people in Modern Warfare 2 didn't really care so much about playing the objective, did they? They just wanted to play domination so that way the game dragged out and they could have that potential of getting the nuke. And how many of you guys remember that time? How many of you guys actually played Modern Warfare 2 in its prime? I mean, a lot of you guys who did play Modern Warfare 2 in its prime can attest to this. I mean, a lot of you guys can definitely relate. It was just a crazy time. And for those of you guys who have never experienced Modern Warfare 2 multiplayer, oh man, I honestly wish that they put in the multiplayer. I hope this is kind of a hoax, that there's just a multiplayer, or maybe, just maybe, I'm crossing my fingers here, they're gonna put campaign and then later release Modern Warfare multiplayer. I mean, Modern Warfare 2 multiplayer. I really hope they do, but it seems like they're not going to so far from what I've heard and what I've seen. But I really, really wish that for those of you guys who have not experienced the multiplayer of Modern Warfare 2, to be able to relive that time that many of us got to experience, because it was absolutely insane and crazy. One of the reasons why I believe they might not include the multiplayer, which really, really sucks, but it is true nonetheless, is the fact that it would absolutely kill Modern Warfare 2019. Like, literally, if they announced and they released Modern Warfare 2 Remastered multiplayer, people would automatically leave Modern Warfare 2019. It would be dead. It would die. Nobody would be on this game if Modern Warfare 2 multiplayer was released. I mean, guaranteed. Like, there's no question that this game is frustrating for a lot of people. People want to relive that nostalgia that was Modern Warfare 2 multiplayer. So I really, really hope that they put it in the game, because there's a lot of people out there who have not experienced the multiplayer in Modern Warfare 2, and I really hope that you guys get to. Even though in this current day and the way that people play in the community nowadays, and with the pacing and everything, just considering everything, I don't know if it would play the same. Of course it wouldn't play the same. What am I saying? It literally would not play the same, but it would still be quite an experience for those of us who have not, or for those of you guys who have not experienced the multiplayer for Modern Warfare 2, to be able to play it present day. It would still be fun. I'm telling you guys, Modern Warfare 2 had that fun factor. And I know some people might disagree with me, and that's okay. But for those of us who did enjoy Modern Warfare 2's multiplayer, you guys will agree with me that there was a certain fun factor to that game that just cannot be explained, but just be experienced when you played it. Like, you know what I mean? I don't know if that makes any sense, but for those of you guys who have played Modern Warfare 2's multiplayer, you know exactly what I mean. I mean, throughout all the chaos, regardless of all the chaos, all the craziness, the OP guns, and, you know, the noob tubes, you know, the crazy insane snipers, the amount of camping, you know, and the forced game chat as well in Ground War. You guys remember that? Like, everything about that game was chaotic, but at the same time, it was super, super fun. But anyways, let me know your guys' thoughts down below. Do you guys think that they should include the multiplayer? And are you guys also bummed to hear that they have campaign only? What are your thoughts so far regarding Modern Warfare 2 Remastered? And let me know all of those down below. And if you guys enjoyed the video, make sure you guys hit that like button. And if you're new to the channel, hit that subscribe button. And also don't forget to hit the bell to be notified whenever I upload. And with that being said, this is Juicy P, signing off.